Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have for you a whole bunch of modern silver coins that we're going to take a closer look at. And this is just fun. These astrological signs here from, of course, Tokelau. You see a lot of these coins from Tokelau and from Niue, these island countries. Here you've got the Queen, and then of course you have the what can only be described as every last tattoo that I saw when I was in college, right? The armband, that's it. We'll call that the armband. This design, of course, is not something to behold, but the reverse designs are really something else on these. You have each of the different designs. Here's Libra. We're going to go through these. I won't spend a ton of time looking up close at the details, but all of them have a similar pattern, which is to say they have this uniform, all the symbols for them all the way across and around, and then they have the individual symbol right there that says Libra, which are the scales here, the scales of justice. And this design series is actually really fun, and so if you're looking for a gift for somebody, I would recommend these. I think most of the coins I'm going to show you today are in that $35 to $45 range as far as what they sell for retail, and there's one for everybody out there. So I mean, they've got all of them, and you'll see I'm going to hold this up next to the next one here, Pisces, and you'll see how that external calendar is the same on all of these. So we can go through each of these. We'll take a little bit closer look, and of course I think the design elements were designed to be tribal, so to speak. If you look at the way that the elements are created and designed on these, they all have this really nice two-tone look to them, maybe even three-tone almost, where you see the recessed area, not recessed, but where you see the design elements, in this what today's would be called reverse cameo look, right? So you have this nice matte background, and then you have the design elements are glossy. Glossy there on Leo. Leo's looking really good. And then we're going to go over here to the Taurus next. The Taurus, which for some reason I really like, that ain't no bull. That's a really cool design. So maybe I'm getting inspired for my own tattoo ideas, right? Just get one right on my face. That'd be cool. All right, next up we have Sagittarius. Did I say that wrong? There we go, Sagittarius. I'm really waiting for someone to start singing, anyway. You guys, some of you know which song is coming up. I'm not going to sing it. That's just too much for the engineer to bear. But, in the coming days of Aquarius, you can see how nicely this jar is pouring out and the water is just kind of flowing everywhere. Interestingly, these are, I think, supposed to be like splashes over here off to the sides. It just looks like a seashell over here, or a small shrimp. But I think those are supposed to just be splashes going around. Oh, Gemini, the twins. Okay, so this one I was really enamored with. The twins they made the twins into butterflies or fairies, I suppose you would say. And they don't have them facing the same direction. They have them opposite of one another. Kind of cool. Here you go for all you Scorpios out there. Always a good design. I had a t-shirt that looked just like this by the Scorpions when I was a kid. That was one. They had like this raised scorpion on it. Cancer, all right, the crab. Then there's a pretty good chance that I missed one. You have Aries. In fact, I know which one I missed. I don't think I got a Capricorn. But that's okay. We do have a couple other things to look at that are not this series, and some of them are going to be, once again, from the same island country, also 2021. But this one is the Porcupine Fish. And from a distance, it looks pretty good. It's hard because when you have a design element like that, and then you have background noise, you have this background, it's an interesting attempt because you think, you know, maybe it gets lost, maybe the fish gets lost in the design. But overall, I think it's a pretty good looking design. These ones seem to be pretty popular. I don't know why people seem to like the fish so much, but we've sold quite a few of those. Next, we're going to go to Somali, the Somali Republic, and we're going to go ahead and look at their ongoing African wildlife series. This one has a leopard on it. So a lot of you, I know a lot of you guys out there, you collect stuff like this. You want your 1 ounce silver, but you want a little bit of flair. You're not necessarily buying it just for the silver value. You want something that is going to be good to look at, fun to look at, things that you can give to your kids over time, and you're not as concerned about buying silver as cheap as you can. So kind of fun stuff. Next up, we're going to go to the British Virgin Islands. And this is one of the oldest depictions of Queen Elizabeth. My oldest, I mean, it's a new depiction, but with her being aged, you know, and they've really done a nice job of making her look older, but not decrepit. Not that she looks decrepit. She looks pretty good for, you know, 125. No, I think she's in her late 90s, right? The American Flamingo. Pretty cool series. You got a bunch of little flamingos in the background. There's the 999 1 ounce. Looks like the mint mark on there. I wonder if these were made at the Perth Mint. It's got the P on it. Next up, we've got the Queen again. Same, you know, so same portrait kind of, but this one on the right, I think, just makes her look a lot nicer. This glossy finish one, where her face is glossy, that doesn't look that good. Not at all. This is from Australia, and we've got the Fraser's dolphins. This is also very popular. We've got a lot of people who like aquatic themes. And actually it's pretty cool because just the way that they've got the design elements, you've got the dolphin splashing outside of the circle, you know, the nose coming out of the circle there. And those splashes look almost real coming off the coin. If you just look at the tail fins and watch those splashes come up, they almost look like they have motion. Really a well executed design. So lots of times there's good design ideas, but the technology really allows for a nice looking execution on that. Oh no. There goes Tokyo. There is Godzilla. So these are fun. I mean, for those of you who are really just kind of nostalgic about old movies and stuff, these two are really pretty cool. And I was telling you earlier about how everything is coming from the same island countries here. So, well, there we go. There's the little emblem for the public seal of Niue. And then you've got the 1 ounce 999 fine silver. And then, of course, this stuff actually has copyrights on it. Copyright, legendary, trademark. And you've got $2, and then you've got Donkey Kong, and you've got Godzilla. You've got that outline, somewhat famous outline of them. And then you've got really a fun depiction of both. And once again, I think it's kind of a fun use of the space, you know, having the big Kong on one side and the big Godzilla on the other side. And of course, you know, the details are pretty fun on these pretty neat pieces, I think. I'm not really big into necessarily all of the different movie stuff being on coins, but the reptilian version here, you know, Godzilla, look at the details on that. Really good stuff. Oh no, there goes Tokyo. I just can't help but saying it. I can't help but saying it, guys. Sorry. Next up, we've got Caribbean silver. Kind of fun. And there's a few things I want to point out on this coin from Barbados. 1 ounce, $1. And, you know, it's got the coat of arms, the seal here for Barbados. And just a real smooth, flat finish to it. Just very simple design. But I really enjoy on this coin the levels of, I would say, nuanced, almost micro printing. You know, they're getting so clever with their ability to imprint almost like color on here. When you look at this design here, where you have what looks like maybe moving air or little clouds or something like that. Talk about another anti-counterfeiting design. It's just, is it in the metal? Is it not in the metal? You know, what exactly is it? I'm not even sure how they, I would love to know a little bit more about how they do that. You see how the clouds are a raised element, and then these lines, are they raised? Are they, is it just like super fine laser etching? So that you've got this nice big bird. I don't know if it's a crane or a stork. I should do some research, but who's got time for that? You've got these, just the main clouds, but then there's little swirly background clouds. I think that's such a cool element design. So that's a fun piece. And then also now I've got the only 2-ounce piece that I have in the group, and that is the double platypus here. This is going to be from, of course, the Queen in Australia. 2021, you got the reverse proof look here for the Queen, and then you've got a lot of radiant lines coming out, which will, of course, help against counterfeiting when you start doing all those extra radiant lines. That's a move that a lot of the coins of the crown have begun doing. 2-ounce, 999. 2021, a nice big thick coin with some heavy reading to it. And then you have this reverse proof of the platypi. Someone going to help me out with the plural of platypus? Is the platypus the plural of platypus? I don't know. And there's the P for the Perth mint. It came so close to saying fully mint. And but really a cool piece. These guys, I think, are trading for about gosh, I think they're about 65, 70 bucks. I'd have to check. And oh, last but not least, God Save the Queen. We do have to look at the 2021s on the Britannias. You know, you've got once again this portrait of the Queen, which it looks a little bit different than the other ones, but it's more of the modern. This is a 2-pound coin, and you have these really highly advanced anti-counterfeiting designs, which are all these little dots that make these wavy circular patterns to them, these little diamonds, unlike the American Eagle, which they basically took one read away from and said, look at that, that's amazing. These also, you see all these little dots that create this wave effect on the background. You have micro printing here, and you also have a seal that is lenticular, so that as you change the angle, see there's a, it's a lock. I think it's a lock and key. Oh, it's at least a lock. Oh, it's a lock and trident. So you can see at this angle, it's a trident or a trident. If I actually bother to enunciate 2021, and then you can see the micro printing. If I can grab my 20 power really quick, we'll go look here at the Latin there on the edge. So that's kind of fun stuff. So you can really see the security enhancements on these, unlike the new American Eagle, where I'm just hoping, you know, there's more to it than meets the eye, and maybe we'll find out someday. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There's some fun stuff in there. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.